Hi, thanks so much for checking out the marketing module of the Property Selling Playbook. When it comes to marketing, our group takes an approach in two phases. Number one, the pre-listing phase, and then the listing launch phase. So we're going to go over those two phases with you today. Beginning with the pre-listing phase, we start with an interior edit of the property. So if this is a property that you've lived in for a long time or just a year, we want to just take a look at how this property is going to be presented in its best light with how you're living in the particular property and how we can showcase its finest features. And then we'll assess staging options for you. So depending on the property, depending on the situation, staging may or may not make sense. We have a professional stager that we work with who will come over and give you a half-hour initial consultation. We pay for that consultation, and she will review different options for you. We have all different kinds of levels of staging that people take advantage of. I think where sellers leave the most amount of money on the table is when they have vacant property with no furniture in it at all. And typically when we see a property go ahead and stage in that situation and they put staging furniture in the property, we see at least a 5 to 10x return on staging, all different kinds of levels, whether we use furniture, whether it's just merely kind of rearranging furniture to make it photograph a little bit better. Again, everyone understands that we don't live like we're an architectural digest. But when you go put your house on market for sale, and you want to maximize your equity when you do sell, the closer you can get to that appearance, the better. Next thing we'll do is we'll prep for a showing schedule and an open house schedule. So this will depend on your living situation in your property, whether you're living in the property or if you have tenants living in the property or it's vacant, we'll plan accordingly. We'll complete all the paperwork and disclosures. So we have here at Leading Edge proprietary paperwork that protects sellers from certain loopholes in the purchase and sale agreement. That's something we can talk about more in depth if we decide to meet in person. And then disclosures. We have the seller's statement of property condition. It's a lengthy form. And what we found in working with so many buyers throughout the years is that the more, and it kind of seems counterintuitive, the more that you disclose about what's happened in your property, the more comfortable a buyer feels about buying it. They feel the seller's being more transparent, and they also see that the seller has, I should say, the seller's being more transparent, and the seller has taken good care of the property as well. We almost think of these disclosures as logs of what you've done to the property, and we can talk more about that when we get together. Next is we have a professional photographer that handles our photography, our video, and our drone. So every property that we list gets its own property video. We are firm believers in that people buy emotionally and justify logically. And to get people's emotions ramped up as much as we can about a particular property, we use video. And it's been very effective for us throughout the years. Next, we'll build out an exclusive property website. So this is the vehicle that we use to advertise your property outside of just MLS feeds that you see on your websites like Zillow and Redfin and Realtor.com. So we'll build this exclusive website. We'll have it promoted on site with a QR code, as well as throughout all of our social media efforts, which we're going to get into here. Speaking of social media, so we will execute a coming soon campaign on social media, all fitting within the guidelines of MLS regulations. We sent out an email to all of our agents here at Leading Edge, giving them a heads up on what's happening with the market, what's coming on the market, because at the end of the day, we want to make heroes of the buyer's agents in this effort. If we can give an agent a heads up about a property coming on the market, and then they can then tell their clients about a property that's coming on the market, um, that's a beneficial situation and a relationship that we can help foster. It yields ultimately a higher sale price after you've come on market, been exposed to the entire market. If that one buyer has had kind of more of an intimate relationship with the property because they got that special heads up, we found that it yields higher sales prices. Social media marketing kicks in as well on all the social channels: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. That's where we utilize the property website. And then I am friends with over 350 local real estate agents on Facebook. I'm able to target them separately with a separate message. Again, wanting to make heroes of the buyer's agents in this process. Well, does all of this work? I'm sure you're probably asking. Well, what we've seen in the results is abnormally high traffic to the property listing on Zillow, and almost always a hot home status on Redfin. So if you see here in the beginning, as we launch the property, we want to maximize the exposure right out of the gates. And the Zillow data tells us on a consistent level that we're achieving that. And then hot home is a particular status on Redfin. If you're not familiar with it, it elevates that particular listing in everyone's feed that they're receiving in the app about different homes that are for sale. So you get additional exposure. So moving on to the listing launch plan. Well, we launch on Wednesdays typically on the MLS, and then we launch our just listed social media video campaign on Facebook. This is where we leverage the video now. So we're getting people emotionally excited about the property. We're on all the social channels: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Then our open house flex plan kicks in. So it's going to depend. We're flexible on open houses. We'll hold as many as you would like us to. We're always open to the more exposure, the more opportunity that you give people to come into the property, the more buyers that'll be exposed to it, and the more offers that you receive, and the higher offers that you receive as a result. But we understand that due to people's certain living situations, that's not always possible. So we're very flexible about how we hold open houses and when. Typically, a typical plan includes a Thursday or Friday broker's open house in conjunction with a public open house. These are held during the afternoons on either of those days. And then obviously a Saturday, Sunday, midday open house. And then on Monday, that's when we go to work at the office and follow up with every single person that has shown interest in the property, an agent that has shown the property or has inquired about it, so we can answer any questions at all that have come up about the property, and also get a gauge of the activity and any offers that are coming in if we haven't received any by that time. And if we've decided that an offer deadline is the best approach for you, in other words, not accepting any offers until a certain, I shouldn't say accepting, not responding to any offers until a certain timeline. We usually do Tuesdays at 10. If we feel that that's the best approach for you, we'll collect offers at 10. Our team here will aggregate them online. We'll set up a Google Drive shared folder with you, and then we will be exporting those offers into the Google Drive and in real time, so you'll be updated on exactly which offers are coming in and what they're coming in at as we receive them. We make it all very easy to digest with a spreadsheet that outlines price and dates and any contingencies, anything special about the offer, closing dates, down payment amount. So it's very easy to compare apples to apples in those situations. We set up a time between usually 4 and 7 p.m. that afternoon or evening to review the offers, come up with a counter offer plan, and usually wrap it up by 8 or 9 o'clock that night with the highest and best hopefully dream offer for you. Well, thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out. All right, take care. Bye.